Hello to you who might be watching another interview with one of my lovely students. And I feel really happy that Danay is here with me because Danay is one of my few Cuban students.
Uh,
Cubans are very difficult to have as students. Well, one, because of the situation in the country. Actually, one of my students, Danay, I did an interview with her a few hours ago. She went to Cuba for vacation. Of course, that's why most people go to Cuba right now is for vacation. And yeah, I told her, well, it's difficult to get good internet in Cuba as well. So yeah, one, the
yeah.
situation in the country, and two, not the best internet in Cuba for Cubans to even think about taking online classes. But anyways, we have Danae here in front of us. She's from Cuba, and well, I guess Danae, maybe I'll let you introduce yourself. But you're in Florida. You're in Miami, right? Or you're somewhere else?
No, you always forget.
No,
I'm in
you're right. No,
Tampa.
it was Tampa Bay, right? Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I always say Miami for some reason.
Yeah.
Just everybody thinks all the
I
Cubans
know,
are in Miami, so yeah,
but not me.
not you. Yeah. All right. So no, I never said that. No, Danae is in Tampa Bay. All right. So Danae, you're in Tampa Bay. Well, yeah, I guess quickly tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Danay Perez. So I'm 28. Do you want personal
Hey,
information
yeah.
or what I'm doing right now?
Whatever you're comfortable with. Obviously, don't
Okay.
make it too personal. I don't want you to get kidnapped, in a month because you gave away your address
No,
and
no, 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 no.
where you live. Yeah.
So I'm 28 years old, and I started at the classes with Profe Kyle about 2 years ago,
Mhm.
probably.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I was researching. I was like, okay, when did Danae start classes? And I think actually you only did like 10 months, something like that. Because I think you started like a year ago in January. I think you started January and you did classes for, I think, about 10 months.
it was 10 months.
Yeah, I think about 10 months. Yeah, it felt like it was longer than that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
looked and it was only about 10 months.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, and I finished taking those classes because I started in the university at Kaiser,
Mhm.
and I didn't have much time to do everything, my assignment, then the classes with Profe Kyle, and I just need to finish.
Yeah.
And now I'm the OTA program is
Okay.
occupational therapy assistant program at Kaiser University. And yeah, that's my life. So I have a son, he's 4 years old,
Mhm.
and I don't know
Yeah, that's good. That's
what
good.
else to share.
Don't worry. I'll ask you lots of questions. We'll get all the details. I like asking
Okay,
questions. Well,
okay.
so first, yeah, obviously, I don't have many students that are Cuban. I think you might have been my first one or maybe the second one. I'm gonna say my first one. I really don't have
Really?
many. Yeah, I don't have many Cuban students. Even
Oh,
though
wow.
I got lots of Venezuelans in Florida that take classes, but not many Cubans. Even though when I talk to the Venezuelans, they always say the Cubans are the bosses. They're the bosses of Miami. They're the ones who run Miami. So you're from Cuba.
Now
Ah,
we are becoming the bosses of
Tampa
Tampa.
Bay too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll talk about all this. So I guess first, let's start from the beginning. So you grew up in Cuba, right?
Yes.
All right.
I
Uh,
moved here about 7 years ago.
mhm. So 7 years ago. Well, I don't know much about the geography of Cuba. I've been to Cuba once. I was in Cuba once when I
Oh,
was, I think,
really?
16 years old. Yeah, I
I
went,
didn't know
typical
that.
Canadian. I went to Veradero. Yeah, all the
Oh,
Canadians go to
yes.
Veradero
Yes.
Beach. But
Mhm.
yeah, so you from Havana, you from Santiago. I don't know all the cities in Cuba, but I only know Santiago and Havana. But yeah, where are you from in Cuba?
I'm from Santi Spiritus.
Okay.
That's right in the middle of the
I
country.
think you told me that, right? In the middle of the country.
Yeah.
Is it along the coast or is it like in the interior of the country?
Ah, where I live
Hmm.
is in the middle of the country because I live in the city, Santi Spiritu,
Okay.
but they have Trinidad Beach,
Okay.
and that's in the coast. Yeah.
So like it's close. If you want to, if somebody from that
Ah,
city
it's
wanted to
about
go to the beach, they could.
it's about like an hour
No,
and a
yeah.
half
Oh, okay.
in the beach.
So it's far, but not far. It's far, but not far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the beach nice?
Huh?
Is the beach nice? That beach that's close to,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
And well, I think yeah, Cuba has nice beaches. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, which place has nicer beaches, Cuba or Florida?
Florida, Florida,
Really? Florida
Florida.
has nicer
Yeah.
beaches? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And okay, the thing is, okay, Cuba probably have more nicest beaches, but
Mhm.
I don't know why. I
Mhm.
have been in Cuba beaches a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't went to the
Oh,
beach
you
like
didn't go to the
a
beaches that
lot.
often in Cuba? No,
No,
no. Okay.
no. Living in
Uh,
Cuba, I don't know why, but
like,
no.
just like no reason,
And
just like you never went.
I went
Hmm.
few times,
Yeah,
but no, not that
not a
much
lot.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Now, Cuba is a very mysterious, wow, it's a very mysterious country. So did you study? Because you're a nurse, professionally, you're a nurse, right?
And occupational therapy.
I don't know. Well, I guess educate me because I don't know much about this stuff. So, occupational therapist, is that similar to a nurse, different from a nurse? What's the
It's
difference between a
different.
nurse? Okay.
It's different. It's completely different. We I'm sorry for the movement.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
I like
can be
swiveling
quiet.
too. I like swiveling too, but I gotta calm myself. You're gonna
I'm
make people
sorry.
dizzy. Okay,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
So that's therapy based on occupation of daily livings.
okay.
So we
It's
focus on the most important for the client to do. So
okay.
and we yeah
Yeah, they're the people that take care of older people usually, aren't they? The ones that like go to the houses and make sure that they're
yeah
fed. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the official name for it is like an occupational therapist. That's what you would say. I think for regular gringos, we just say like a caretaker. Or yeah, I think we say caretaker quite often. All right.
When trust the clients
Yeah.
do their own stuff.
Hmm.
So if somebody has a stroke, I can teach you or
Okay.
teach that person again to brush their teeth or their
Oh, okay.
hair
Yeah.
and put the clothes on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So, oh
based
yeah.
on
So
that.
is it both? Is it you take care of people as well? You help them,
Yeah,
recover from a stroke, or is it
recover
mostly
from the
just
it's
the
yeah.
main thing is to help them recover from a stroke?
The main thing is help them
Okay.
recover from stroke, or we can also work with child,
Okay. Children. Okay.
autistic children,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, and the developmental
Okay.
disorders or
Yeah.
delays in speech, and
Mhm.
yeah.
But and you studied that in Cuba as well, or
No,
you didn't start doing it until you came to Florida?
no, I just started
You
in the
just started.
first
Okay.
semester, yeah,
Okay.
because
All right.
my plan was to start the nursing program.
Okay.
But then when I started taking my general courses
Hmm.
and stuff like that, I went into this
Yeah.
because
So it's
I
like
like more.
you liked it more, it
Yes, yes,
attracted
yeah,
you. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think when you told the class, you told
yeah. I
us
know.
that I think you told us nursing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then you switched. All right.
I switched. Yeah,
Yeah. And how long is this program? Is it 1 year, two
it's
years,
16 months
16 months? Okay.
without counting the general courses.
Okay.
So with the general courses, it's about 2.5 years.
Okay. Yeah. So because I think you stopped taking classes. I don't know, like a while back. So how much longer do you have? You done 6 months so far? How many months have you done so far in the program?
In the program, I have
Uh,
done 4 months.
4 months. Okay. So you have like
This is
2 years
the
left.
fourth. This is no one, only one. I should be
Oh, really?
graduate. Yeah, I
Okay.
should be graduate next year.
Okay.
Around that those
About
days,
this
these
about the
days.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Just gotta keep on working hard. All right.
Yeah, it's
Back to
hard.
Cuba because I'm still interested in this. So
Okay.
did you? I don't know. Most Latinos go to university. Cubans as well. Like, did you study at university in Cuba or
No, I
you
just finished high school in
just
Cuba.
finished high school? Okay.
Hmm.
And so you say you finished high school and then you immediately left Cuba. You must have stayed in Cuba for a few years, right? After graduating high
Yeah,
school.
yes, I stay in Cuba for about. I graduate on my yes. I stay in Cuba about 3 years
Uh-huh.
after I yeah, three or
Graduated.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or more. I don't remember.
And so, and what? Well,
I don't remember.
I think for most
Uh,
gringos, they would say, "Oh, it's obvious why Danay would leave Cuba. It's crappy country right now. The communist." Well, I don't
oh
know
my God, that's
what
really bad
in
right
your own
now.
words. Why did you leave Cuba? Is there a specific reason why?
because my dad and my mom were here,
Oh, okay.
and by that time,
Mhm.
my ex, my baby daddy,
Yeah,
was
your baby
here
daddy.
too.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I don't know how to say that
I know, I know.
properly,
That's what the
but
rappers say. Say my baby mama, my baby daddy. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
so he was here,
yeah.
and we were together in that time, so I
Okay.
just came.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully, no Cubans get offended, but I think the joke for most gringos is Cubans that come to the United States on a boat. Did you come on a boat or did you take a plane to get to the United States?
No, I came through Mexico.
I think, yeah, that's what I heard. Like,
So
so Mexicans you go to Cancun or they go to Mexico City usually?
Monterrey.
Oh, really? Went to Monterrey? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to Monterrey, and did you take another plane to
And
Florida, or
then
did you have to cross the
I
land
crossed
border?
the border. I crossed the
Ah,
land
okay.
border. Yeah.
Okay.
So I stayed in Mexico about a week,
Okay.
and the lawyer gave me the residence, or
Yeah, okay.
we say
Permanent.
here green card. I don't know
Okay.
how.
Yeah, no, I don't know what a green card is. It just when I watch TV or when I hear about like stereotypes about Latino women, it's like, oh, she just wants a green card. So I know what a green card is. It's some sort of
So
residency visa, I think.
residency, yeah,
Yeah.
something in Mexico that for be
Mhm.
able to stay in the country with
Mhm.
any problem,
Yeah.
and then I just crossed the border.
Okay. And did you immediately go to Florida or did you go somewhere else first when you first went to the United
No, I
States?
immediately came to Florida,
And Tampa, or did you go somewhere else?
Tampa,
Tampa?
Tampa.
So you've been in Tampa the entire time.
Yes,
All right. Well, I guess for people, actually, I've heard
I'm
there's many.
excited because I'm going to Vegas next
Oh,
year.
we're going to Las Vegas. What, to live or
No, just for
for a vacation?
vacation.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
But actually, I've heard because
I just
well,
can't wait to finish this semester.
yeah,
I'm
I'm pretty
burning.
sure. Yeah, you're burnt
My
out.
yeah, my brain's burning right
Yeah.
now. I'm sorry.
Uh, Now, there's lots of gringos, especially gringos that know Spanish. Uh, they prefer to be in Latin America because there's many nice cities in Latin America. But there's one
Mhm.
city that lots of gringos say if I were gonna live somewhere in the United States, I'd probably go to Tampa. So I don't really know why. I'm Canadian, so I don't know much, but I don't know. For
You're,
people who don't know much about Tampa, do you like Tampa? Do you think Tampa Bay is a nice city, or what's your opinion about Tampa Bay?
I think it's a good city,
Mhm.
but there is no a lot of fun thing to
Things to
do
do? Oh,
here.
really? Okay, all right. So for you, it's
It's
kind of
like
boring.
more, yeah, little bit.
Oh, yeah, but
I
you're
mean,
like, yeah.
We have Ivor City. You can see over there. You can see everything
Mhm,
that you crazy stuff.
mhm.
But
Okay.
beside, yeah, beside that, we don't have like a lot of things to do, like
Mhm.
for
No,
fun.
all right. But you're Latina. Like
That's what I
for
think. That's what I think.
Latinos like to do lots of crazy stuff. So yeah, maybe that's why. It's like, yeah, not enough Roomba. I need a bit more Roomba, not enough Roomba in Tampa. But actually, but Floridians are normally known as the craziest gringos. So yeah, who's crazier, the Latinos in Tampa or the gringos in Tampa? Who's crazier? Or is it equal? They're equally crazy. Or for you, they're both boring.
Ah,
You wish they were crazier.
I don't know. I don't
No?
really know.
No,
I
no
don't
opinion?
know.
No
I
opinion?
don't think like the gringos here are crazy.
No.
Probably driving, yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that I was when I was taking the classes with you,
Hmm.
I worked as driver
Okay. Uber?
delivering
Oh, no. Amazon, right?
no
Amazon, right?
Amazon, and it's a company. It called Sony Transportation and
Okay.
Logistics,
Yeah.
delivering payroll and medicines,
Hmm.
beers.
Hmm.
So I used to drive a lot,
Yeah.
and they are like, yeah, most of the gringos here are
Bad drivers?
not bad drivers, but
A little bit
I think
crazy.
aggressive
Aggressive. Okay, yeah.
drivers. Yeah.
I
Oh
blame
my God.
Latinos. They
I
learn from
remember
Latinos.
I remember once I
Yeah.
was almost to cry because I'm
Yeah.
pretty like sensitive,
Okay.
and I was starting in that job,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I crossed the street and it was a lot of car coming
Yeah.
toward me, and a gringo, oh my gosh, it showed me the middle finger. Like I was, yeah, I was
Oh,
like, why?
jeez.
Because I was like in the street,
Yeah.
but the back of my car was in the middle, like the middle of the street, and they
I was like
came
kind of
like,
blocking traffic a little
yeah,
bit.
I was like, on the, yeah, and
Oh,
when he crossed me, here you have.
yeah. When he passed you, he gave you the middle finger.
Yeah, I
Well,
was like, why? I was about to cry that day. But
well, yeah. But because doing what you did is pretty common in Latin America. I've been in Latin America. I know you guys kind of I'm gonna park here, whatever. I'm gonna park here. It's a good spot to
But
park.
I never drove in Cuba. I
No?
just started learning driving here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you
All
know,
right.
I'm not a bad driver, I
No?
think.
Well,
No.
well, did you have to do like the driving lessons and everything in order to get your license?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you did everything. So you're a good driver? You say you're
I
a
think
good,
so, yeah.
responsible driver, yeah? All
Mm-hmm.
right. All right. Nice. And yeah, so you're a mom. So is it a boy? It's a boy, right?
It's a
Your
boy,
son?
yeah.
Yeah. Your son,
Mm-hmm.
he's 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he was born in the United States or born in Cuba?
The bone's here.
Okay, okay, yeah. All right. And well, yeah. So yeah. So does he have the United States citizenship? I'm guessing, right? Because I think from what I know, if you're born in the United States, you automatically get American citizenship, correct?
Not me.
Well, not you, but your son, right? He's got American citizenship.
Yeah, but he born here, so.
Yeah, he was born. Yeah, exactly. He was born here. Yeah. What about you? Are you going to get American citizenship? Eventually you will, right?
Yes. I'm planning do it next year,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
My citizenship.
So how long does it take? Like you have to live for like 5 years, something like that, in the United States in order to get
5
it?
years. Yeah, I
Okay.
need to live here for 5 years. I'm
Obviously, and
almost 7. I'm almost
legally.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have to write a test. I think it's the American citizenship test.
You need to, I think, I don't know much about it because I haven't started looking for information about citizenship,
Yeah.
but I think you need to learn the 100 questions
Okay. You have to
about
do, yeah.
civic
Mhm.
questions,
Yeah.
and then you need to answer 10,
Mhm.
and then you need to write something that I don't know
Yeah.
what it is,
All
but
right. You'll find out
and
in the future.
they ask you, now the most important thing here is like they know that you know a little bit of English, like
Mhm. Yeah.
they start talking to you about the weather or
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah.
and if you keep the conversation going, it's okay.
Oh,
So,
okay. It kind of, yeah, sounds
so
like an informal
and
test.
yeah, it's informal and answer those questions that they
Mhm.
have for you, and
Okay.
it's easy. I just need to learn the 100 questions about civic, the
I think that sounds like the
presidents,
hard. Yeah, I've
and
heard about that. Like you have to know like who was the first president of the United States, what was the
I hate that.
year of
Yeah.
independence. Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Nice. Well, I guess we can go into learning English now. So I'm guessing. I don't think Cubans learn English in Cuba, unless they work
No.
at a resort. I think only the Cubans that work at resorts know English. But
Yes.
besides that, no Cubans learn English.
They teach you something on schools, but
Yeah,
just basic stuff.
basic stuff.
What's your name,
Mhm.
your age?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I remember that
Mhm.
I learned in Cuba about my name, my age. Hey, I remember that most of the conversation it was like, "Hey, what's your name? Hey, my name is Danay.
Mhm.
How old are you? I'm 15 years old.
Mhm.
Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to
Mhm.
meet you too. Bye."
So more or less, when you arrived in the
Yeah,
United States, you didn't really have any English at all.
I have no.
No.
Honestly, no,
Yeah. No.
because uh, I take or I took
Mm-hmm.
I
Took? No, you
yeah
took. Yeah.
okay, I took some classes with a
Okay.
teacher outside of the
Mm-hmm.
school, like a
So like a private teacher.
private teacher, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
and he was pretty good,
Yeah.
but he knows English,
Mm-hmm.
he had a perfect English,
Okay.
but then he left the
Okay.
country,
Well,
and I was
I'm
like,
guessing Cuban, right? Like probably a Cuban that lived in the United States, then he went back to Cuba.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
He came to here
Okay.
before than I did, and I
Okay.
just
All right. All right. And yeah, so you didn't know much English when you arrived. And for me,
mm-hmm.
because you've been 7 years, right? 7 years in Florida.
Yeah, 6.5, yeah, almost 7.
Yeah, almost 7. And like learning a language takes time, especially like getting a really good level. And for me, like you have good pronunciation, you have good vocabulary.
I'm
So
working hard on it.
yeah, of course, well, most all of my students work hard on their English. That's why they're
Oh
my
my
student.
gosh.
So, but when you came to the United States, what was your process of learning? Was it just talking to people, or did you also take classes? How did you get to the English level you have now? Well, so this is before my classes, of course. So before my
Before your
classes,
classes, oh
yeah.
my gosh, before your classes, I was about a year in the college
Okay.
just for learning English.
Mm-hmm.
And but honestly, I learned more with my teacher, my private teacher in Cuba than
Okay.
I did in
Yeah.
college here. Yeah.
Yeah. So was it
Yeah.
disappointed you?
Yeah, because okay, they teach a lot of grammar, and that's
Yeah.
cool because you
Yeah.
know how to write and
Uh,
stuff like that. But at that time, I was trying to get a better job
okay.
that I have on
Mhm.
that time,
Okay.
and I I
Yeah.
couldn't talk.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
All right. So yeah, it didn't really help you speak better. It just
no,
taught you rules, grammar,
rules,
some vocabulary.
grammar, vocabulary. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you did that for 1 year. Did you take
Hmm.
any other English classes or just that 1 year in the
Just that
college?
1 year because
Okay.
I tried to start in another college,
Mm-hmm.
and I just took one class
Mm-hmm.
and I left.
Because
So
like boring or what was the
yeah, it
reason?
was really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I heard in Florida, I don't know if it's all the United States. I think it might just be Florida, but I think in Florida, well, of course, most of the immigrants are Latinos. I think there is like a free program, like all Latinos can take like a
Caribe.
free. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, yeah. Is that what you took?
No,
No, it's a different one.
I never got into that
Yeah,
program.
I heard it's really boring. I don't think it's really good, but yeah.
No.
All right, all right. And so I guess let's move on to the most important topic, which is myself. So
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So, when did you discover me? Was it on social media or
It
yeah? How
was
did
I
you?
was okay. But that time I was
Mhm.
it was funny because I was uh knowing it's meeting, I don't
Uh,
know the verb
oh yeah, conocer in English.
conociendo,
It
yeah.
depends. Like I think in this context you say you're getting to know a gringo.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And I started looking for it for you have
yeah,
some funny videos about
yeah, yeah,
gringos in your channel.
yeah.
I started looking for that.
Uh-huh.
And I say, oh, he has like more than this simple
Yeah,
stuff that I
yeah.
need to know.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like his lessons are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I found you on Instagram.
Okay.
Now I don't have Instagram at all, but
Oh
that time,
really?
yeah,
Oh.
I just
Oh, you want why? Well, actually, that's an interesting question. Why did you get rid
hey
of it? Why did you get rid of Instagram? Was it to concentrate more on studies, or
for
just it was a bad
yeah,
influence on your life?
no, just for concentrate more on my studies.
It's a big distraction.
So
So no TikTok,
yeah,
no Instagram.
no, not TikTok, no Instagram,
Oh,
Facebook sometimes.
okay.
So yeah.
Oh,
So
very yeah.
I
Okay.
was getting to know that person, and I
Mm-hmm.
started looking into in your videos
Mm-hmm.
in your channel,
Okay.
and then I found you on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, why no? Let me look into the website and see
Okay.
what I need to do, and
Mm-hmm.
I start doing that,
Oh,
and then I text
Danae, I
you.
love you. You said the magic words. I looked at his website. So
Yeah,
many people don't go to the websites. They send me a message like, "Hey, I want
I know.
private classes." But Danae,
I
this is
did,
why
and I
she's
remember
so
when I
incredible.
text you, you told me, "Hey, go in the website and do this." Oh, I already did. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so surprised when something like I always ask like, "Did you go to the website?" And normally like, "No." Well, go back to
Yeah,
the website, read the information. But Danay said
I read
yes.
the
So that shocked
information.
me.
Yes,
So, oh, well,
I did. So
incredible.
I read the information and I took
The
the
evaluation, the test on the
the
website. Yeah.
test you have, yeah, and then you asked me for sending you a audio
Yeah, a
record
voice note.
message,
Yeah.
voice note, and yeah,
Mhm.
and then I start.
All right, good. And so before taking the classes, did you have expectations? Like, did you have something in your mind? Like, I think classes with Profe Kyle are gonna be like this, or did you go into classes with an open mind? You're like, I'm gonna see what his classes are like.
I went to the class with a pretty open mind because I didn't, I, I haven't like, I thought it was more about personal conversations.
Mm-hmm.
That what I thought in that moment, and it was pretty accurate with my thoughts. But based on my experience taking classes before, I just say, let me see what it have, and you know, so
Yeah. All right. Well, and like when you before taking the classes and when you started taking them, what were your biggest weaknesses, or what were the things that you wanted to work on the most with your English?
oh, talking
Okay.
and listening.
Talking, listening. Well,
Mhm.
talking makes sense. I think most people want to get better at talking. But for listening, was it because you couldn't understand the gringos when they talk to you?
I couldn't understand.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was hard to me because when they talked to me, I couldn't understand anything.
Mhm.
Simple stuff like,
Mhm.
"What's your name?"
Mhm.
And I didn't get it on my mind.
Mhm.
Why? And then when they left, I say, "They asked me this."
Oh, it's like yeah.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes
Yeah.
later. I was like, "You're Danay." Yeah,
Mm, no. Uh,
yeah.
the same thing happens to me in Spanish. Like, obviously, it's much better, but sometimes Latino will be talking to me in Spanish, and like, what did you say? And then like 10 seconds later, it's like, oh, that's what you asked me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I understand. Now I understand.
yeah.
All
That
right.
happened to me a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started taking the classes. The biggest thing you want to work on was speaking and getting better at listening.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you didn't really you came into the classes with an open mind. You, of course, were hoping that be focused on speaking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But were you surprised at how the classes were?
Yes,
Mhm.
because as I said before, I have a main problem like listening,
Okay.
and then you start teaching us
Mhm.
how they talk,
Mhm.
how the American people talk,
Mhm.
and the contraction they use,
Mhm.
and that form that I didn't. It was in my mind before
Mhm.
that time, and when you
It's like
start
you
teaching
knew
us, like,
Americans had this particular way of speaking. You just didn't understand how they were doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
So by that time, I started like understanding better
Mhm.
what they were saying to me,
Mhm.
and I started giving like quicker answers,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, you're able to respond quicker because
quicker, yeah.
yeah, you comprehended
So
everything they were saying. Okay. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, because I have many
it was
different.
like it opened my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I always like it when students say that. It's like my ears open, my mind opened.
Yeah.
The English was entering my body. Yeah. S- And because for every student, they have different answers. So obviously, in your case, the biggest improvement was that your biggest improvement was listening.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, I have different types of classes because, like, I got the story class, I got pronunciation class, I got music class, I got
Yeah.
for pre-intermediates, I got what else? Oh, I got like the movie talk class. So, were your favorite classes then the pronunciation class and the music class? Because those are usually the classes that help the most with the listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And well, so for a Latino that's thinking about using the Profe Kyle methodology, how would you describe how I teach pronunciation?
Mm, pretty well
Pretty well.
for me. Because yeah, that class that you have, that when we need to pronunciate one sentence
Okay,
with
the core practice, yes.
with the, you remember, with
The torture, my torture chambers, yes.
and yeah, it was like pretty helpful.
Okay, so it helped you pronounce better, and then of course
Pronounce
with
better, and
with the teaching the pronunciation, you're able to understand how gringos were actually speaking. Okay, yeah, nice. Kind of went brain dead for a second. What else? I was gonna ask you something else about the pronunciation. What else was I gonna ask you? Oh, yeah, because obviously you said the biggest thing that improved was listening. And I think for many Latinos, they don't understand how learning pronunciation helps them with listening. So in your own words, yeah, how did that help you? Learning pronunciation, how did it help with the listening?
I think in my case was like how listening helped me to pronunciate better.
It's like, so in your case, it was the opposite. So
The
listening
opposite, yeah,
helped you pronounce better.
pronounce better, and yeah, because then when I started your classes, when I finished your classes, I started working in a store, in a Home Depot store.
Yeah.
And
are you still working there? I remember you told me about that. Are you still working there, or you stopped?
Oh no, I'm still working there.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So I started working at Home Depot during your classes?
I think at the very end, like the last month or the second last month, you started working at Home Depot. I remember you told me, "Oh, I got a new job at Home Depot."
Oh yeah. Okay. So I started working at Home Depot, and then when I learned with you how the American people talk and how they speak, or I don't know,
exactly.
how they talk or speak, and that helped me to understand better the stuff. And then for example, when they went into the store, and I remember when they said at the bottom, they were looking for the price of the thing. And I said, what is it? The SKU, I can't find it. Oh, it's at the bottom. I was the bottom. And I was like, what is the bottom? And then but I could understand well. And then when I listen a few times that word, I can properly use it later. So after 2 or 3 times that I listen the same word, I can then repeat it myself and talk that same way. So
well, actually, that's a really good point, because I think a lot of people don't understand how to get, because it kind of goes both ways. Like, so for some people, they learn pronunciation, it helps the listening. Other people, the listening helps the pronunciation. But yeah, I agree with you. If you listen to a lot of pronunciation, your brain will naturally understand more or less how to pronounce it.
How to pronounce it, and then you can use it. And that gave me a pretty more broad vocabulary. So
better vocabulary. Well, actually, I would say, because you haven't taken classes with me for quite a few months, and I would say that your pronunciation has already improved, and even your vocabulary has already improved, just probably just from working at the store and lots of listening.
And here at school, at the school is all time in English.
Yeah,
I can talk in Spanish here. With
no
nobody.
Spanish here.
No Spanish.
No Spanish. Well, actually, are most of the students, are they Latinos, or are they gringos, or is it a mixture?
On my class, we are three Latinos.
And how many people total are there in the class? 20, 30?
No. We're 6.
Oh, 6? Oh, so half of them are Latinos, and so 3 are Latinos.
We were more. Were
okay.
more, but
they left. They gave up.
Just didn't pass some
they just, okay. Didn't get the good enough grades. Okay. All right. Got it. All right. And so I have different types of classes. So in your case, what was your favorite class out of eight or so classes that we do in a month, what was your favorite class in the group classes?
I like the reading classes.
Oh, really? The stories?
Yeah, the story classes.
Yeah.
Because when you put the student in rooms and
Yeah, I want to
we
put you guys in the
start,
breakout rooms. Yeah.
yeah, and we start like reading, I found out that my pronunciation at that time
Yeah.
was really bad.
Okay.
So
I was like, oh, it's
I, s-
like the first time
I
you read a
was,
story, you realize,
my
oh, my
gosh, I was like,
pronunciation isn't
my
very
God,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I like the reading classes and the music classes.
Yeah. Well, it's in your blood. You're Cuban, so of course Cubans love music. Yeah.
Yeah.
All Latinos, but Cubans especially love music. All right. So
Yeah.
the music classes because they were fun, or was there something else about the music classes that you liked?
It was fun. Yeah. And that helped me a lot with my pronunciation,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the music classes.
Just analyzing the song and realizing, oh, that's how they're able to sing the song that fast and that way.
Now ask me which one I hate the most.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which one do you hate the most? Yeah. Which one do you hate the most?
When you made los dictados that we need
Oh,
to
well,
get.
but that's not a class. That's not a class. That's just like
Oh,
that's like a test that we do at the end of class
oh my gosh,
sometimes.
no.
Yeah. It's more like a mini
I
test.
hate that.
Actually, I don't do it too often. Sometimes if we have extra time, I'll do it. But I
Yeah.
guess for anybody watching this interviews, well, actually, I didn't know this. So for somebody wanting to know differences between Latino culture and Gringo culture, for Gringos, we have spelling tests. So when in elementary school, like for grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, the teachers give a spelling test. And basically, because Latinos understand this,
Mm-hmm.
even for us, the English spelling and pronunciation system is just completely crazy. It just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So they give us spelling tests because basically it's very difficult for even gringos to learn English spelling. But I didn't know this after teaching lots of Latinos that in Latin America, Latinos do dictations, in Spanish called
Dictations,
dictados.
yeah.
So in English, we don't really, in Canada, United States, we don't really do dictations. Like if somebody
Yeah.
gave it to us, we'd understand it, but it's not something we do regularly in classes. So when I first started doing dictations with Latinos, they're like, oh, this reminds me of elementary school. I gotta do dictation.
Yeah.
But
We did that a lot in Cuba. Yeah.
it's good. It's good medicine. It helps you.
It's good. Yeah, it's good,
but you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it. All right. So yeah, so interesting. So the reading classes and the music classes were your favorite. All right. And we're getting close to the end here for the questions. I always have a hard time explaining my methodology to people because one of the first questions Latinos will ask me who are interested in classes is, tell me about your methodology. I was like, I don't know how to describe it. So I guess from your perspective, for somebody who wants to take classes with me, Danay, how would you describe the Profe Kyle methodology in your own words or in 1 or 2 sentences? How would you describe it?
That's the hardest question for me
Yeah.
because I don't know how to describe it either.
Yeah.
But it's like a combination of daily living stuff like
Okay.
that you need for communicate every day with the people around you, but you don't focus on grammar, but probably because I had grammar before a little bit, that helped me like in the past tense classes also.
Past tense
When
classes,
you remember that?
No.
When you,
Oh,
you've had some lessons about we need to speak in past.
or is it like the movie talk classes where we watched a video and then I'd ask you questions in the past tense, then I would ask you questions in the present tense?
Yeah.
Okay.
That helped a lot with the communication. Yeah. So I think the methodology is like you focus on teach about I don't know. I'm blinking right now.
No. Well,
I don't know how to
I have the
explain
same
that.
problem. I have the same problem trying to explain my methodology. Yeah.
It's just hard to say because you just
It's
focus
interesting.
on stuff of daily living, like
Mhm.
communication, and like we
Yeah,
use every
yeah.
day, like
For me,
your
I try to
family,
describe
at
it to people
work.
like they're classes for communications. It's going to help you pronounce better. It's going to help you listen better. It's going to help you speak
Mm-hmm,
better. It's
mm-hmm,
gonna, if you go to higher levels, it'll help you write better as well. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just like a combination that
It's a
helps you
combination
as well.
to
Culture too, like cultural aspects, so you understand how gringos behave, why they are gringos. So, okay, just a
yeah,
combination. Yeah.
yeah, they're
All right.
pretty good.
Good. And well, obviously now you're taking classes. The classes that you took, did they help you once you started taking, well, this program that you're taking right now? And they also helped you at the workplace, at work?
Sure,
Yeah.
it helped me a lot. As I said, I didn't have the confidence to start in a new job in a
Mhm,
school, and after taking your classes,
mhm.
I was like, probably my English is not 100% right now,
Yeah, yeah.
but since I start with you
Mhm,
and till now, it has improved a lot. Yeah.
mhm.
And your classes helped me a lot to, you know, follow my dreams
Oh,
and
I like
start.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't feel confident about
Mhm,
my pronunciation
mhm,
and how I say before with understanding when
mhm.
people talk to me before. And now I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Not
right.
perfect, but
Well, of course, you're always going to get better. Same thing with me with
mhm.
my Spanish, always going to get better. All
You
right.
have a great Spanish, by the
I still don't
way.
know. Some days my Spanish feels good. Other days it's like, oh, my Spanish
That
isn't so
happened
great.
to me sometimes with
Yeah,
my
yeah,
English.
yeah. Students will tell me that. It's like, oh, some days it feels good, some days it feels bad. Like, well, that's exactly how I feel in Spanish. Yeah, don't worry about it. It
And
happens
so
to everybody.
I've been working and I've been keeping a conversation with a American person.
Hmm.
I don't want to say gringo here because I'm in school and the
Well,
people here,
they might be offended.
they don't
Like, yeah,
yeah, they should be offended. So
uh,
I've been talking with America. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember once in class
yeah.
something happened with another Cuban student,
Oh, like they
and
say gringo.
she said gringo to the teacher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was like, "What?" I go, "It's
No.
not bad, so
Yeah.
take it easy. For us, it's not like,
Yeah, for me it's
uh,
not.
yeah."
Very few
So
Latinos say gringo in a mean way, but yeah,
yeah, so and then we explained to her
yeah.
what that meant for us, and okay, she was like, "Well, they
Hmm.
don't like here, like
Okay.
we say gringos." So
Uh,
I've been talking with American
mhm,
people at work,
mhm,
and I've been like keeping a conversation
mhm,
about a school, or because they sometimes ask
mhm,
personal questions, and we start talking about school and stuff and la, and they say, "Hey, how long have you been here?" I
mhm,
say about 7 years
mhm,
or 6.5. They
mhm,
say, "Hey, and how you learn to talking English?
mhm.
You do it pretty well." Okay, thank you. So thank you, Profe Kyle. You helped me
Yeah.
a lot.
That's what I like to hear. Well, I think maybe a last question, because there's many benefits to my classes from what the students have told me. Uh, but in your own case, how many months of classes until you start to feel the changes? That's what students will say. Like you start to feel changes in, I don't know, the brain and whatever it is. I've never taken my own classes. I've only just taught my classes. So how
Hmm.
many months would a student need in the classes to start really, seeing improvements, feeling the changes in their English?
For me, was about 3 or 4 months
Hmm.
when
Yeah.
I start uh, noticing or
Noticing, yeah,
I've
yeah, noticing,
noticing the improvements on my
Mhm.
English
Yeah.
and in my brain.
Mhm.
So 3-4 months.
Okay,
Mhm.
right, good. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you, Danay. Anything else you want to add for people who are interested in taking the classes? Anything we missed?
No, just say that the Profe Kyle is the best teacher in the world.
Correct answer. Correct answer.
Yes, yes.
All right, very good. Well, so everybody watching this interview, yeah, that was Danay giving her her experience about the classes. So
Mhm.
thank you, Danay, for doing this, and for everybody watching. Well, I'll see you in the next interview. Yeah, thank you, Danay. So goodbye, everybody.
Thank
Goodbye,
you.
everybody. Yeah.
Bye.